Hello, friends, and welcome back to Joe Danger Plays Deep Sky Derelicts. Picking up right where we left off, and we are just moving through this here derelict. We are looking for what's-her-face so that we can send her back to her taxi driver who's waiting here for her, James, with an I. But ultimately what we're looking for is the ship's computer. Now, we're probably not going to make it on this particular waltz through. We're probably going to have to run back to the station, recharge our batteries, come back out, maybe once or twice after this. But ultimately, that's what we're after. Now, let's go ahead and scan here, see what we find. Oh, look, we walked right past some loot right here. I'm really tempted to just get it on the way back. No, you know what? It's going to be worth it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, small energy cell. So, as we're running around, that's going to be really handy. So, if we find ourselves deep in here and all of a sudden we don't have as much energy as we thought we did to be able to get back, those energy cells you can use. Also, in combat, if you run all the way out of energy here, you can automatically use one of those, and then you get to continue your fight. So we got some cobras here. They ran out in front of us, and so now we are fighting them. Shalik no Shiar o Niaga, prepare to fight. Alright, so we've got our leader once again. No sense in self-recharging because our shields are full, so let's go ahead and just start focusing on the first one here. Now, these guys do have shields just like us. Of course, they're not going to recharge their shields once the fight is over because they will be, hopefully, dead. But what it does mean is, well, right now it actually doesn't really matter too much at all. But as you go through, you'll find that certain weapons, certain abilities will do different things to shields versus health. Sometimes you can apply bleed as long as you actually fire all the way through to the health. Neat things like that. So, we will continue just focusing this down. Here comes Boxer. Hit for 9. Now this is, I don't know if a perfect information game is quite right, but you do get to see roughly how much damage you're going to do. And there's never really, there's typically not a roll to see whether or not you're going to hit. Now, it's our leader's turn. So this is one of those times where there is a roll, a random chance. So Inspire. Allies, they will both draw one card and have an 11% chance to energize. If they do energize, what they do is they get to take 2 actions, or an additional action on their turn, which is huge. Because normally it's just 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's like having a whole nother person on your team for a turn. On a crit, they get an extra card, and they energize again. So 11% chance to energize is pretty low, but we'll be able to upgrade this as time goes on. And really, let's just get some more cards out there. Cobra 443. Alright, so we got to get his shields back up for sure. And to try to facilitate that, we'll just go ahead and do a little taunt here. So now these guys will start swinging at our tank, which is ideal. Right now, our tank doesn't have any fancy damage mitigation, but that's something that we can start stacking on him also. In fact, I'm kind of excited. The last time I played, I've not played much of this game. I've gotten, a few characters to maybe level 5 or so. And I've never, finished a run through, well, the first run I did, finish it through death, but the others I just kind of set aside, and the last one I set aside so that I could start this, so that we could all play together. Isn't that sweet? But the last time I played was the first time I had this bruiser guy who has, lots and lots of passive damage mitigation that you can stack up. Ooh! So somebody, somehow, has a passive percentage chance to do lethal, and that's exactly what just happened there. Now we have a new assault weapon, assault rifle, burst, suppression aimed. Cool, very cool. And then this is a mod for a tool, for looks like a tech tool, which gives us 2 new cards, as well as +6 tech, as well as +1 scan range. Sold. I don't even care what else it does. Scan range. Hands down, awesome. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. Might not have been important. Might have been important. We'll find out. Let's go over to Boxer. There we go. So, okay. So now all these sweet attacks that Boxer has are going to start going away, because to use this tech tool mod, we need a tech tool. This is a tech tool. This is a personal shield. Oh, we never did equip that from our last fight in there. Well, okay, one thing at a time. First, we'll do our tech tool. And these are both identical. So, no, they're not. This one gives bonus 3 max shields. This one just gives 3 tech. Cool. This one gives us the scan range and the tech, as well as those 2 other cards. Let's see what those do. Looks like they are projectile interference field. I haven't even seen all these. I think that's what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I'll get back to it if I remember. 75% miss chance with ranged attacks for 2 turns. Is that just on you, or is that on everyone? Or can I hit someone else with it? Ooh, I can't wait to find out. All right, and then energy field, self and allies. So this one doesn't specify self or allies. Maybe I hit somebody else with it. All right. Reduce energy consumption to 0. Now, some abilities will actually take extra energy, and so this will reduce it to 0. And 15% damage resistance for 3 turns. So this will help out our tank take even less damage if, say, his shields are already boosted up. Cool. Okay, so now so we're clearly moving into like some Buffy territory with this guy. We might actually decide that maybe we're not that interested in the sniper rifle that we've got here. And now I'm seeing this sniper rifle. You can see I can't point to it obviously, but it says level 1 precision ranged weapon, 7 damage and 4% lethal, and that's how that last guy died. 10% chance to confuse on hit, 26% chance for 15 extra shield damage, and overload for 1 turn. This has tons of great passives. This is a really pretty solid gun. I might just want to put it in for here for our leader, because our leader doesn't exactly have an awesome gun. The leader also has an energy blade, and actually one thing that I've found myself doing on my other games is just taking that out, because unless you have a good blade and a good weapon, it kind of makes more sense to just go with one or the other, so that you draw the good cards more often. Now we did also just draw this. So if we drop this in here, we can see 3 times 2 to 3 for our 3 bursts. 1 damage for suppressing fire, but all enemies receive 20% weapon damage. That's the 1 damage, and 33 miss chance for a turn. Not bad. And then the aimed shot, which does a little extra damage on 1 target. 5 damage, 1 initiative. I'm not in love with this, honestly. In fact, I think... What do I want to do? Let's go back to... Let's go ahead and give this mess to our leader, Schaefer. And so now he's got some buffs. Oh, maybe I don't like that. No, I do like that. I do. Yep. Because if I can deal the direct damage and kill, then that's good. Otherwise, I'll just have somebody else do something important. This guy is all about the healing at this point, and that's fine. If that's his only job, that's cool. And then to keep it nice and light, we'll again give him, well, 5 damage, or 5 damage, but that's going to be a lot more cards. Extra initiative. Let's see. We got burst, single, or single, double. Double's pretty good. Yeah, we'll just throw that in there. It's nothing crazy, and all of this is going to go away soon enough. Our tank, 25, 29 is better. It gets rid of the self-recharge, which is actually nice. I like that because it gives us a better chance for all these cards. And it does give us a cloaking, which I hope we'll never use on our tank, because if we do, that means he has gotten in some trouble. 25 with self. 23 with recharge. Well, we want our tech to be able to heal other people. This is our leader. He's got 25 with self. Okay, cool. Woo! So you can see there's a lot that goes on, and we've hardly even gotten into the interesting loot, let alone the abilities, the leveling up, things like that. I do enjoy this game. All right, let's scan it out. Okay, so this is the first time we've actually seen an enemy from range, and you'll see when we move, they will move. And oftentimes, if you're close enough, they will move closer to you. Now, that's fine. We're going to go and kill this thing, whatever it is. Vulture Pirate. All right. Your shiny stuff will be mine. Prepare to fight. Cool. All right. Just one dude. This should not be a problem. So we can inspire or we can compliment somebody. let's go ahead. So right now, Schaefer's the one with the good gun. There's no reason to compliment Boxer, the tech. So let's go ahead and just see if we can inspire everybody. Make them all draw some good cards. Hopefully something good will come. Boom. Okay, so we could cloak. Let's go ahead and we've got two provokes, which I like. But let's start by detecting the vulnerabilities in this guy. Great. And that's going to mean that anybody, if we had any damage dealing cards, we'd be able to start hitting it up. Self and allies, 15% damage resistance. Here we go. And you can see all the buffs that are stacking up over here. Oh, and look at that. So she gets to go again. Boxer's a girl. Yeah, we're going with she. She gets to go again because she actually hit that 11% energize, which is awesome. That inspire +1 cards to play. Cool. Okay, so now we've got that. We can recharge, we can shield boost. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. Everything else is reactionary. So let's just shield boost you, because you have the lowest one. From 25 up to 40. Pirate hits for 9. Not a big deal. Hey, look, we get to do some damage. And because his damage resistance is down, we get to do 12 instead of 10. With a crit. Look at that. That sniper rifle is something awesome. Alright, let's figure out what this does. Who knows? Oh, everybody? Oh, cool. Everybody's bad at hitting at range. Oh, that's really neat. That gives us an advantage because this guy can swing and smack him via melee. Interesting. I don't know if I love that card, but it would be fun to build a melee team that really leaned on that. How long? 2 more turns. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's really neat. I love that I'm still stumbling upon... I mean, this is all common, dude. And it's already really interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and just keep... No, wait. We're probably not going to hit him, so let's not. I was going to say, let us compliment you, I guess, since you've got the melee. Let's make sure that you can hit him. You are going to... We got a shield boost for you? Yeah. Now, way back long ago, you might remember me saying something along the lines of blah, 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 my last couple games. What I was trying to say, and what I am going to finish saying now, hopefully, is when I played... one of my first games, I played a technician in my crew, and then my last game, I played this bruiser in my crew, but never together. And I'm very excited to see what happens. Are we still 25% to hit? Let's just go ahead and inspire. Yeah. Because the bruiser, as long as you can keep his shields up, he can just keep on tanking the damage, and the technician is all about the shields. So, really excited to see how that's going to work out. Now, let's go ahead and just recharge you. And we will keep taunting. And so we don't even care. 9 damage, ain't no thing. Single, single, single. Provoking. Here we go. Alright, we can start actually laying in the damage now, which is great. And he is, again, taunting. We will vulnerability. Make him do, or make him take even more. So he's got, is that a passive 15% damage resistance? Let's click on him and see. Damage resistance 15%. That's just automatic because he's who he is. Other things that you'll notice in here, biomechanical. So there's biological, there's mechanical, and if you're biomechanical, you're both. You can also see his weapons, all that good stuff. These, you kind of have an idea of what cards he has in his hand. So right now we know he has 3 attacks. Later on, it might be useful if you see that somebody has only attacks or something like that, then you can disable attack cards, etc., etc. You're getting the idea. You're into it. Boom. Okay, so 10 damage. Could we just drop you with a single? 7? Oh, no. No. Because the... Oh, but Boxer's going to go next? Okay, Boxer. I know you have hardly any attacks, but I need you to find one right now. There it is. So even though we had that native 15% damage reduction, we managed to take it off with the vulnerability shot. So this is a shield mod. This is an interesting one. It makes you do more damage, and you get less shields. More critical damage bonus and 4 evasion, which is pretty sweet. And it also gives us weapon enhancer, self or ally, 66% weapon damage for 2 turns. That's really cool. And cloaking. I think I'm going to throw this on my tech, because I believe Boxer will take advantage of it, because I believe these are all tech related cards, which means they will be affected by all these passive bonuses here. So cool. Also, that weapon enhancer just kind of fits in with the whole like buffing everybody around thing that we got going on here. Cool. So there's that. And now this symbol, as you might have picked up by now, is a loot. How far do we scan right now? I think it's 2 by default, so 3 now. So if I go here, I should still be able to scan up to the top. I guess I'll find out. We got light ranged weapon mods. So this is for a pistol. I think our leader might have been using one of those. 19% chance of drawing a card when shooting with, and when it says linked core, I found that just means the gun that you put it on, the weapon or whatever it is. I can't read those cards, so let's just take it all and then play with it in the inventory, which will come up here. A couple UI things in this game I might like changed. Simple things, some hotkeys would be really cool. Alright, tracking shot. It does 50% weapon damage. All attacks on the target are accurate with 10%... Wait, are accurate just straight up? Huh. With 10% critical success chance for the next 3 turns. It's cool. Does it have good passives? 19% chance of drawing when shooting. I'm not into it. I don't see it being useful. Could be cool, but I'm just not feeling it. Alright, so we are getting low on energy, but let's go ahead and scan. Cool, I was right about how far. And you can see it's going to take 90 just to go back. We could keep going and potentially use our battery that we picked up. We've actually got 2 batteries, and that's tempting. But I think what I would rather do is go back for now, and sell some of the stuff and just see if there's any minor upgrades that we can purchase, especially if we can purchase it for our technology, our scanners and things like that. So we'll go back to the station. And we didn't fulfill any contracts. Go to the pawn shop. Let's go to sell. So this nonsense, this stuff, you just kind of pick it up just to sell it, and they've got to sell all junk right there, and it tells you how much you made, which is nice. Thank you. For as good AI UI decisions, I would include that one. Now I'm going to keep the tech tool just in case. That seems like it's going to be useful. The level 1 assault weapon, we found a better level 1 assault weapon, so actually we'll just sell that. Maybe we're going to want that energy blade back, but I doubt it. You know, let's try. Let's not. What is this? This is our old shield that we decided is not useful anymore. Gone. This is the thingamajig with the tracking shot that only upgrades a pistol. Gone. And this is our better assault rifle. So if we decide that somebody wants that, then we'll hang on to it. Cool. What does that leave us with? 776. Cool. One thing you always have to do when you come back is refill your energy. If you don't do that, you show back up and you still have no energy. So I got 693. That's not nothing. So here's our research. Now these are all passive things that you can buy, and that means that it's generally going to be very much worth it to get it as soon as possible. Scanner range. Now we lucked out and we got that upgrade on the tech that gives us a +1 scan range. So I'm actually not going to buy this. This might be one of the normal ones I get. But actually, I wonder, energy reserve we could get, which gives us 200 max energy. Energy cost reduction, I think that's where it's going to be at. 10% less energy upkeep. And that's going to go for scanning as well as just walking around. So essentially, this is giving us 10% more range all on its own, except it also affects scans and you know, all that good stuff. So we're going to buy that, leaving us with very little money. Just in case, let's run over here and just see if they've got anything interesting for such a cheap. Now we don't have anybody using a med tool. Here's a heavy melee damage or melee weapon for our bruiser, but it's still just level 1. I generally don't buy a lot of stuff. I might buy some batteries. And this stuff down here doesn't really come into play until much later in the game. Mental tool, +3 mental and +1 initiative. So this would be something that our leader could take advantage of. Target receives one of the following: confuse or ability lock, 2 for 1 turn. Prevents the use of randomly selected cards. Interesting. And it's a mod, so we would just add this. Yeah, but again, even if we could afford it, which we can't, at the beginning of the game, it seems to me that you're going to, find a lot of loot. You're going through loot quick until you find that, one exceptionally sweet item. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Good thing flying around is free right now. Alright, let's not return to the station. Let us head on out. Let's just go right on. Let's see, we scanned 3. Well, let's go this way then. So you can see instead of our energy going down 10 per move, we're going down 9. Awesome. Let's scan, which is now 45 instead of 50. Awesome. And it says our radius right there. Oh, should have noticed that. Alright, so let's go ahead. Great. Alright, cool. So we can run down here. Let me think. 1, 2, 3. So if I scan here, that should give us the rest of this corner, which is good because now we know whether or not we need to actually go over there, save ourselves a couple steps. Loot. Okay. Weapon tool. Illustrious. I have no idea what that means. I've seen Illustrious a couple times. No idea. Draw an extra card if not holding any weapon cards. That's awesome. And a weapon enhancer? That's great. That's totally going on our bruiser because we always want him to have weapon cards. And then junk to sell. Again, I for inventory would be great. That's okay. It does at least have this auto sword feature. So we will drop this on our bruiser. So your weapon tool currently is detect vulnerability. That's fine. I'm not super excited about the weapon enhancer, but oh no. Weapon tool? Oh, it's a whole tool. Oh, it's a whole tool, so we can get rid of the detect vulnerabilities. Yeah. What are the passives? This gives us 3 weaponry. This gives us 8 weaponry. I mean, what's the harm of having both if we're always... Oh, we can't have both. This guy only gets 1 tool. All right. Well, I can't imagine a situation right now where he would not have a weapon card. Still, though, I really like that passive. And it's more weaponry, so that's going to give us more damage, more passive damage, more passive upgrades. Upgrading these stats, through the passives on these devices starts to add up as you go forward, especially when you start looking at the crits and things like that on a character if you start building them towards the crits. Okay. All that stuff, unimportant. Let's go back to the scanner. Let's grab whatever this is. More goodies. Nope, trash. And let's see who's there. It is Gutsers. Alright, so these are more zombie dudes. Biomechanical zombie dudes. I apologize for anyone with trypophobia. This guy is going to shoot stuff out of his little stomach holes. That's the way it is. Okay, so Schaefer. Nothing to self-recharge. I don't know who has weapon cards right now, so we'll just go ahead and inspire. If I knew who was holding a weapon card, I might think about upping their damage. I suppose our bruiser will automatically have a weapon card no matter what, because that's how he rolls these days. But alright, now let's see what he did. Death Stare. He's doing 25% less damage. That's crap. And Overload for 2 turns. I forget what Overload does, but let's just assume it's bad. I know that. 2 times 4 sounds like more than 5. They didn't do any actual damage to a shield, so let's just start hammering on the first guy that we'll be able to take out. 4 and 4. Boxers up. Now we've got the energy field. Yeah, 15 damage resistance versus doing 5. Actually, no, let's do the 5 damage on that guy. Every little bit's going to count. He's close enough where maybe somebody can hit him for 9. I guess not this turn, though. Let's just go ahead and do a provoking strike. Only 5. Do you have passive damage reduction? What's going on? Oh, no, you have 25% damage reduced on yourself. Okay. I'm cool with that, actually, then. So the turn order is determined by initiative. That's fine. Ooh, 8 damage as a single. Yeah, well, anybody will be able to do that. Boxer could probably take care of that. Let's start doing the heavy damage on somebody that deserves it. Yeah. One of the reasons I'm not ever particularly interested in initiative, we gotta charge that shield up. Why can you... What did they do? Oh, so they rooted him. So he cannot do ranged attack, or he can only do ranged attacks, excuse me. I need to make sure that Boxer can finish dude with 4 hit points before their turn. So let's go ahead and just smack that up, and okay, and we can't. So wah, wah. Also, Plague Punch. Plague plus 4 damage received with contaminated attacks. Alright, well, we are just going to have to boost your shields, I'm afraid. There's really no other sensible thing to do there. Death Stare. These guys are all about the debuffs, clearly. Do I want to do the other stupid... How long are you rooted for? Another full turn. Boxer doesn't have any attacks. Yeah, let's finish this guy. Didn't last time, I regretted it. Now it's sorted out. Ooh! That was brutal. Man, it's a good thing I just boosted his shield up all the way. Otherwise, that might have taken him out completely. Let's give him that shield back. Oof! Absolute crap. Alright, so he can't even do anything, so we'll just end that turn. Schaefer's up. No reason to self-recharge. We'll just inspire, get everybody getting some more cards. Wow, they sure know how to focus a guy. And apparently you didn't draw any cards? Why didn't you draw any cards, Mr. Tweaker? Killing me. I mean, literally, they're killing him. Now, death is not permanent in this game, at least if it is, I haven't found it. As long as somebody survives, you kind of carry everybody out, and things move on. Man, on the one hand, we got to kill this guy. On the other hand, no, Boxer's number one job is making sure that Tweaker stays alive. Back to the thing I've been trying to say for a long time. No, I did say it. Good at shields, needs shields. Yeah, I did get it out. Alright, good. Self-recharge doesn't matter. Let's start killing this dude. I think we might have kind of messed it up by not focusing him from the get-go. Ouch. Absolute crap. Yeah, wow. Definitely not going to taunt with him anymore. Cloak. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and cloak. That's fine. Totally cool. Alright. No self-recharge, so we will just compliment Boxer, I guess. Even though self or ally, 20% damage. You don't have any weapons. You know what? We can still compliment Tweaker. And I believe when you're shielded, if you jump out of, or not shielded, but if you're cloaked, if you jump out of cloaking, you do some extra damage. Now, is that true? Cloaking invisibility. If I run this, I'm going to do 11 damage. That's probably just from this, though, from the complement. Boxer gets to go again, which means Boxer can up his shields again, hopefully preventing him from dying, should it come to that. Okay, Boxer. Or, between Boxer and Schaefer, does Schaefer... Ooh, excuse me. Does Boxer have a weapon? A weapon card. One thing I wish you could... Oh, you can. Awesome. There's a Schaefer's cards. Schaefer's up next. I don't see any hits, so unless he draws an attack, we won't be able to kill him. This guy doesn't shoot. We will just You don't have any way to up his shields. This is like the worst. Okay. We will enhance... You know what? Let's go for broke. We'll enhance Schaefer's weapon. We'll cross our fingers and see if Schaefer can draw an attack. Come on, Schaefer, you got this. No, nothing. Okay, that's alright. Well, we will compliment Tweaker. So when it is Tweaker's turn, don't go for Tweaker. Good lord. Alright, only 2 damage got through, but dang. I am tired of you focusing him down. That hurt. That hurt. That just hurt. Can we level up? Oh, yes, we can. Alright, and what did we win? Level 1 Shield Core mod. 2% damage resistance, and a Shield Hardener Self, 25% damage resistance for 3 turns. Awesome. That's going on our tanky McTankerson. Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it right. Meow. We're going to pop that in there. Cool. So we can see damage resistance 2%. Not a lot, but it's a start. And now everyone has leveled up. So let's get in there. Here's our level up page. I'm not going to run through everything on here, but I am going to walk you through whatever choices we decide to make on the way. Basically, so every character has this very first ability, and that gives you cards that are not coming from these cards. So for instance, let's go to Schaefer, our leader. He gets the Inspire one, and this is the one where, for at level 1, there's an 11% chance that one of the allies will get to take another turn, which isn't great, but if you put some more points into it, now it's 33% chance per ally, which means that when you play it, there's a 60% chance that somebody's... actually, no, that's not exactly right, but it would be a miss times a miss, 70% of 70%, so there's like a 58-ish, 55%, somewhere in there, chance that neither of them will get it, but everybody's drawing cards, and you can see it's all the way up to 2 cards, and on the crit, you get it. The other thing that it does is it gives you more cards to add to your deck. Right now we have 2. We can also choose to lower it all the way down to 0, even if we've upgraded it, which is neat. So you can kind of customize your deck that way. The other things that we could do is Firestarter, Initiative. I started to go into why I don't care about that. I'll get to it eventually. An Expert Speaker, plus 10 Mental, which means that anything that you use from here, say the Complement, is a little bit better. Including, and there's somewhere in here. I'm gonna go and max out Inspire. Now it gives you 2 points to spend, and I'm just gonna go for it. And we're gonna put all the cards in there because I really like having that 33% chance to have somebody else do something twice. If you're in a bind, Schaefer for 1 can potentially make somebody else do 2 things. So that's a wash when that happens, with just the extra card draw on top. And when things really go right and everybody's doing extra stuff, it's huge. Now we're also going to start working on trying to figure out how we can get him to crit more often so that he gets that 100% chance to energize hitting more often. So there's our leader. Great. Tweaker. This is our bruiser. Now, we could go for more taunt, and actually if you level it all the way up, you get a taunt for 2 turns. However, I'm not quite feeling that until we have this passive damage resistance going on. The taunt is great, but I want to make sure that he's able to actually take the damage that we need him to. So we'll level up Fortified all the way, probably put some Endurance in next round, and maybe then start doing some Provoking Strike. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking for now. And number 3, our tech. So, Shield Boost. It's a good card, and it keeps the shields going up. But honestly, once you drop this, your shields seem to be so high. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Having more cards might be worth it. What do we have? Bonus to tech, sure. Tool Expertise. When using Tool Core or Extension cards, plus 20% critical success chance. Now that's quite nice, and 4 energy gained. So critting... On some of these, it tells you what it does. Critical 2 times temporary shields delivered. Right now, does it even say what our critical damage bonus Doesn't say what our crit chance is. We might actually have 0 crit chance. But it also gives us the energy gained. When using tool, core, or extension cards, which would be those cards or those cards. That's it. Energy field or the recharge shield. Or the shield boost. You know what, let's go for it. I like the energy gained part. 40% crit chance. Do any of these even have a crit chance? No. None of them do. What if we drop a whole bunch into technical? Could maybe. Let's see, it looks like the duration is half of it. So if we put 20 into that, that's basically putting another 10% into duration. More shields restored. More shield damage. If we had any shield damage that we were doing. Yeah, let's go for the crit chance. Eventually that'll be nice when we have cards that actually crit. I don't know, maybe these also crit when you use them somehow, and they just don't tell us how. I don't know. But the energy refund will be nice too. Was there something that we picked up that was great that I was excited about? Weaponry tool, we took that down. Tech tool, we took that down. Gain energy, blah, 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 blah. Assault rifle. No, looks like no. I wonder, at this point, do we want to go ahead and just drop this in? Just disrupt. Tell me about disrupt. Inflict disruption of the selected type, melee ranged buff or debuff. It is quite nice. So basically, if you play this on an enemy, you can say you don't get to use any melee attacks until, or for 2 turns, I suppose would be this one. And hacking. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling those. Moving on. We have 500 energy. Let's keep on moving. Let's just run right over into there. And scan it up. Awesome. Let's see who this is. Might be friendly. It's friendly. Leafy. As you approach Leafy, you notice how she seems to be concentrated on pushing buttons of a virtual game controller. You're not sure what would happen if you interrupted her. Well, we're going to. Hello. After greeting her, you hear a sad, descending melody from your transmitter. Leafy raises her head and looks at you. She seems to be trembling with anger. You idiot! I've been working on that house of hollow cards for hours, and now my work is in ruins. How is it possible that you missed every single one of the dozens of flashing do not disturb signs I had planted in this area? Or are you just another illiterate fool? Sorry, I didn't see your signs, bruh. Leafy is kind of a jerk. Ah, cripes. Who says cripes anymore? I guess cripes is like totally back in the future. Cripes. It must have been those annoying pirates who kept pestering me until I hurled the grenades, blah, blah, blah. Now that you've got my attention, want to buy some stuff I have? Yeah, let's take a look. So we can only afford a medium energy cell, and I've noticed that when you buy them on the Derelicts, they're a little more expensive than if you buy them at home. So if we had more money, she might offer random weapons and random upgrades. I'm not a big fan of doing that because I like to know what I'm getting, and it just freaks me out not to know. Power Glove. Nobody that we have uses that. And Energy Blade mod. So deflective stance. So our leader could use an Energy Blade, and this basically lets you counter ranged attacks as they're coming in. Gives you evasion and stun resistance to passive, which is great. But I like to keep my decks sort of thin and know exactly what I'm going to get into. There's Leafy. Yehudis. Prosloth. Acting like a mysterious machine. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Expecting a fantastic surrogate. Do you possess one? What are you talking about? Are you the awaited delegate? Yes. Verifying data through bup, bup, beep, boop, boop. Access denied. Faulty surrogate. Become fantastic surrogate and try again. Okay. Let's do that then. We've still got energy to spare, so let's run down here. Ah, excellent. More fights. More fights are more better. So even though we only leveled up once, you're going to see that things start actually working out a lot better for us as we level up. These guys are going to seem like nothing pretty soon. After maybe a couple more levels. I mean, that's kind of how it always goes in these games where you level up. But for instance, now we can do our Inspire, and we can see whether or not we can... Oh, that's right, you're still at 14 health. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to be alright. Okay, I'm going to Inspire. Like, level 3 and level 1. Interesting. Yep, Inspire. 12 damage. I don't know. I wonder if the AI like knows how to focus people. No idea. Let's go ahead and we can single. Oh wait, first of all, inspired and inspired. Awesome. Okay, so we can do 10 damage. We could shoot twice, do 10. We could recharge someone's shield. What we're going to do is we're going to shield boost Mr. Tweaker. Get that damage back and boost it up a little bit, and then we'll just do a single on our level 1 dude. It's not much, but it's a start. And on we go. I'm not going to provoke just yet. I'd rather spread some of their attacks around these guys if they ever get around to it. Let's hope. What else? We also have damage resistance, which is great. And cloaking. Okay, cool. So we're like super defensive if we need to be. I feel like we don't need to be yet. Let's just start the smacking. Release the smacking. And I actually forgot again that you get to... You know what? Let's go ahead and drop the shield hardener then. Damage resistance is great. That almost makes me wish that I had provoked. Alright, cool. So, goes for the leader. We deflect easily. We are going to... Let's go for another Inspire, man. It's just so good when it hits. And this time we only hit... None of them. But everybody drew some cards, so... That's good. Cool. So Boxer. Let's go ahead and enhance our Tweaker's weapons. Because Tweaker's going to go ahead and taunt this turn. Yeah. Alright, Tweaker. Do it. Do it as hard as you can. 12 damage. Cool. We should be able to take you out. The reason that we're doing that much more damage... Oh, that's right, I forgot you only got one attack that time. But that's from the weapon enhancer that we put on there, which is great. So, let's drop you. We could try another Inspire, and again, I love how many of these cards we got. But it makes them... you're going to go no matter what. And then we have 2 dudes to try to take you out before it goes again... What are your cards? 5 damage. What are your cards? 7 damage. But you've got the bonus weapon. Yeah. So you'll definitely be able to take it out. Cool. Let's Inspire. I'm all about this Inspire. Again, looks like nobody... Ooh, puncture. No bueno. Yep. Did not actually Inspire. That's all right. It's all right. It's shield boost. Charge. Yeah, we want the shield boost, I believe. Bring you back up. There we go. And now we will just single strike you for 12. Do we want to... You are at full. Yeah. We will continue our provocation. You can't dodge that. Another Inspire. I mean, how do you say no? You don't. That's how. Alright, and we did get it to hit on Tweaker. Awesome. Alright, Boxer. Shield boost on Tweaker. Keep that. Actually, maybe it's time to start doing some damage. Man, you really... Yeah, let's start doing some damage here. because we're not going... Well, you do keep drawing provoking strikes, which is great. And I know I said I didn't want to upgrade the strike just yet and all that stuff, but, well, here we are. Single bash, what is initiative, single. So, yeah, the minus initiative, again, just does not interest me. We'll go ahead and shield harden again, I suppose. Take less damage so that we don't have to worry so much about recharging those shields so often. Vulnerability shot sounds great. Get that guy taking more damage per hit. Awesome. So that's just doing hardly any damage because of our shield hardening. Could probably drop a little more on there if we could. Recharge. Let's do a weapon enhancer on him. And we'll provoke again. 14. Great. And we actually don't have any more inspires. What a shame. Hits for 6. Not a big deal. 2 times 4. Oh, nope. No more extra damage, so we can do 5. But Tweaker's up next. We got this. We'll do 2 times 4. Tweaker, can you please do 1 damage? Uno damage, por favor. Thank you. So, these guys were kind of trouble, but nothing crazy, and this is kind of where it starts getting a little more interesting. So we got 100 energy battery, good. We got a shotgun, which is a level 3 shotgun, which means we really need to think about using it. It's got a lot of damage spread. Now, we haven't played any shotgun yet. Basically, its spread means that it's going to take some of the damage and go to any next to it units, any adjacent units, which means if you hit the middle guy, you get kind of a damage bonus because you hit 2 guys on either side. If you're hitting only 1 dude, then you're obviously doing less damage than you would like. Acid. Acid makes people take more damage and reduces their armor. It's only a chance for that, though. And we've got a point blank shot, which does 150% weapon damage, which means that will hit hard, and a radiation shot. We might just switch somebody to that. You know what would be wacky wild? Alright. Hear me out here. So let's put this in. Now we've only got 2. And man, that does a lot of damage. It's just glorious. What else do we have here? Oh, the blade mod, power glove, right. Okay. Now hear me out though. Let's go over to you and our weapon tool. Draw an extra card if not holding any weapon cards. Let's say we bring you back to that thing. Actually, I didn't miss those. Let's leave it out just so we have a little more of the provoking strike should we want it. Okay. If we put the weapon tool in here, it's not going to get huge bonuses because you don't have a lot of weaponry, but you'll almost never be holding a weapon card. In fact, because of that, I should really give you a crappier weapon and give the better weapon to someone else. Yeah, we could do that. But then that means that Schaefer, 7 damage, you have an 8 and a 10 and a 10. And if I drop this in, you've got a 15 and a 13, and then a whole bunch of decent stuff, some self-recharge, compliments, and inspires. I don't care about compliments. I wish you could like get the passives without the cards, but that's kind of what makes it neat when you're building these characters. Alright, so we'll go with that. And so this way, you should almost always be drawing extra cards. So this is going to be a lot of utility going on in Boxer. Schaefer is so far pretty meh, except for the inspires when he draws them. And Tweaker is just slowly becoming our provokey, tanky dude. Cool. Is there any reason to give you this? No. Is there any reason to give you this? No. Cool. Done. Close. All right. I am going to leave this here for now. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're interested in getting up-to-date info when I drop the hottest new jams, aka videos, up on the interwebs. Makes a big difference, as I'm sure you've heard from someone else at some point. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Por favor. I am Joe Danger. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Bye forever.